Biden, you think of a guy staring into the teleprompter like a deer in the headlights. End of quote. Repeat the line. Now, I must say, he did test positive for COVID, and I want to, on behalf of the state of Florida, wish President Biden a speedy recovery from COVID. And I also want to wish the United States of America a speedy recovery from Joe Biden.
I couldn't help but start today's broadcast off with that really bold statement by Ron DeSantis. And I 100% agree. I really pray every single day that the United States of America recovers from the Biden administration policies. And unfortunately, we got, at least for now, until 2024 with this moron and his moronic policies. But with that, while that is a bold statement from Ron DeSantis, he also actually issued a dire warning to the American people that I believe many of us overlooked. Now, before I get into that warning, I want to remind you, check out my partner at waterwithlisa.com. As you know, we have had trouble with our water supply, one of those areas being Flint, Michigan. Well, I never want you to end up in that situation. That's why I want to personally encourage you to get a water filter. And this is why I have also partnered with Alexa Pure Pro water filtration system. This system gets out 99.99999% of over 200 plus contaminants. And right now you can get it for $50 off by going to waterwithlisa.com. You can have more information on that by clicking in the description box below. All right, so let's dive into this dire warning that was issued by Ron DeSantis. Now, before I actually get to the warning itself, I want to give a little bit of background information. For starters, over these past couple of weeks, a GOP summit was held in Florida, of which Ron DeSantis spoke at. Now, before this summit started, the GOP Republicans decided that no media could come to the event unless they were personally invited. Well, this ticked off an entire slew of mainstream media proponents that were mad because they couldn't attend. Take a look at this article on dailywire.com. Try crying about it. Liberal reporters are blocked from Florida's GOP summit. It goes on. Fed up with the slew of liberal reporters launching partisan questions at Governor Ron DeSantis, Florida Republicans determined ahead of time that the state's big election year summit would be invite only for media. Quote, I'm not going to have a bunch of left-wing media asking our primary candidates a bunch of gotcha questions, DeSantis said to a packed crowd in Saturday morning's remarks at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Bottom line, liberal media was not invited. But who was on the list? We'll take a look at the list that has now been leaked out. And as you can see, it's more conservative sources. We have Daily Wire, New York Post, Florida Conservative Voice, The Floridian, Washington Free Beacon, Breitbart, and many, many others. Now, who was not on the invite list? How about state propaganda media outlets? You know, the media outlets that are mouthpieces only for liberal activism and not actual reporters. Yeah, I don't even think that that kind of reporter should be included whatsoever. When you are giving 100% narrative news where everything that comes out of your mouth is in support of the Biden administration, the Democrat Party, and the global agenda, aka Green New Deal, Great Reset agenda, then you, in my definition, do not classify as media. This is why I am in support of what they have done. Now, obviously, this has enraged a couple of media personnel. Some of those include a Politico reporter. Here that is, and this is Matt Dixon here, and here he is saying, I'm intrigued around which media outlets were given credentials and which were not to cover the Florida convention. Got my hands on the invite list. It looks very different from the past. Now, he wasn't the only one that was outraged. Also, Stephanie here was outraged, and she is part of, I believe, Palm Palm Beach Post there. But what she had to say was a whole slew of things, some of those including, "This has been my view a majority of the day, showing that she is outside of the venue and not allowed in." I'm sorry. When you're not actually giving real news, but you are the liberal mouthpiece and liberal activist for the green agenda, if you will, and the global agenda and the Great Reset agenda, then hey, you need to classify yourself as an activist and not an actual reporter. But I digress. After all of that, Ron DeSantis issued a warning to, well, the American people, and more specifically, Republicans, and I found this on the Republican, and more specifically, to Republicans. Now, here's what he had to say in that same speech. And I'm going to take you to an article by the RepublicanBrief.com, and its headline, "DeSantis issues warning to Republicans ahead of the midterms." And here's what he says. The Florida governor spoke at the Sunshine Summit's victory dinner following a day of debates and speeches from Florida's politicians and high-profile conservatives. He pointed Republicans to the biggest issue Florida has faced over the past few years, such as COVID, the border crisis, critical race theory, gender ideology, inflation, and more. It goes on. Florida has met each of these issues head on, DeSantis said, but he warned politicians that liberal activists and media seek to muddy the water and create a blizzard of lies to blind us all from what's actually going on. In times like these, it's not enough to just be right on the issues, he said, because in times like these, there's no substitute for courage. You gotta have the courage of your convictions to be willing to stand up against the media. You got to have the courage to stand up against things like cancel culture. You got to have the courage to stand up against the woke mob. You got to have the courage to stand in the way of the Brandon administration. And he concludes with this. Even people that are not Republicans and even people that have been voting for Democrats, they see in their own life the effect of Biden's policies. And so they are dissatisfied. And so we have an opportunity to build a massive coalition here in the state of Florida. And I think it's there for the taking. But you have to be ready for the battle, he warned. So put on the full armor of God. DeSantis warned Florida Republicans to ready themselves for the oncoming battle of the 2022 midterm election and the 2024 presidential election to follow, citing freedom as the cause to embrace. Now, I believe Ron DeSantis was not only talking to Republicans there in Florida, but to Republicans, conservatives, patriots, and Christians all over the United States of America. You see, he isn't wrong. We can no longer cave to the woke mobs. We can no longer cave to critical race theory. If we have a child or a grandchild in the public school, we have to start making our voices heard, and we have to go to those school board meetings that are teaching such theories to our children. And I'm going to call them racist theories because that is what they are. If they are being taught in your child's school, we have to have the courage to make our voices heard at these school board meetings. Not only that, but we have to start running for these school board meetings. If you have a child and you want to get involved, now is absolutely the time to do it. No more caving to such policies and no more caving to the Brandon administration's destructive Green New Deal, Great Reset, Agenda 2030 policies either. These kind of policies are what is destroying our country. It has led us down a path of massive inflation. It has led us down a path of food crisis and supply chain crisis. It has led us down a path of massive costs on our fossil fuels, our gas, our oil, and everything. And it is hurting the average American. And the Biden administration, aka Brandon administration, cares not about the human race and the detriment of humanity. He only cares about money in his pocket from these Green New Deal style agendas, and it is corrupting and destroying our country. Well, we have to have the courage to stand up against these policies. And as Ron DeSantis said, we have to have the courage to get out there and make changes and be ready for the battle coming in the 2022 midterm election. And I'm talking about via the ballot box. We have to make sure that we are getting the right people in, not only in the midterms, but also in the 2024 election. You see, right now, we are being destroyed on multiple fronts. And one of the biggest ways that we are being destroyed by the Democrats is their war on our words. They are constantly changing our words to fit their agenda. You see, Democrats, anything that is a threat to the Democrat narrative, that is a threat to Democrat power, gets redefined, right? One of the recent most disturbing, by the way, because the Biden administration just thinks you and I are stupid. One of the most recent terms that they tried to redefine is the word recession. Take a look, and I had to share this in here. Take a look at whitehouse.gov. How do economists determine whether the economy is in a recession? Here's what they say. What is a recession? Well, some maintain that 2 consecutive quarters of failing real GDP constitute a recession. That is neither the official definition nor the way economists evaluate the state of the business cycle. Instead, both official determinations of recessions and economists' assessment of economic activity are based on a holistic look at the data, including the labor market, consumer and business spending, industrial production, and incomes. Based on these data, it is unlikely that the decline in GDP in the first quarter of this year, even if followed by another GDP decline in the second quarter, indicates a recession. Now, here's 3 things that I gather from that statement. Number 1, he thinks you're stupid. And he even thinks his own people are stupid. Oh, liberals are going to believe the new definition of recession, because we've changed a lot of words over time, so why not? Right? He thinks you're stupid. Second thing that I gather from this is we're absolutely going to be in a recession. We already know that there was a decline in the first quarter of this year on GDP, and we are absolutely headed for a second decline in GDP in the second quarter, which means that means we're in a recession. Joe Biden, despite your little statement on whitehouse.gov. And the third thing that I want to tell you from this is this, that a recession is absolutely a threat to the Democrats and the Biden administration right now because they are in power. So what did they do? They redefined the word. That is what they do to control the narrative. And if they can't control the narrative, they simply control it by changing the words. That's what they did with the word recession. I don't think they're going to win on this one. However, they've also changed quite a few words over the years. Let's think about the word democracy. They've absolutely changed the word democracy. Anytime, right, that the Democrats are at work, such as, when elected majority votes don't pass a pet piece of legislation that the Democrats want. They're very upset something didn't pass. Or, they're mad, such as abortion laws being left up to elected representatives of the state, that kind of thing. And when they see that kind of thing, they say, democracy, this is not democracy. This is a threat to our democracy. Obviously, we all know they're not talking about democracy. Again, that's because actual real democracy, by definition, or a real republic for that matter, is a threat to their power. It's a threat. Democracy is a threat to their power. So what do? They try to change the word of what a democracy is. And it isn't what they claim it to be. Not only democracy. Let's think of just a couple more terms here. Racism. Yeah, that was a big one, right? They did a 180-degree turn on the word racism. You see, no longer is it considered racist, right, to treat somebody differently based off of the color of their skin. And it's not racist any longer to value all human beings equally. Instead, right, they kind of change the term. And if you're not promoting their latest theories of equity or whatever, or their latest remedy, past discrimination, with present discrimination, you know, that critical race theory kind of thing, if you're not supporting that theory, right, then you're a racist. If you don't believe white supremacists are Trump supporters and conservatives, then by golly, you're a racist. You're a racist. Past discrimination, you got to merge them with present discrimination. That's not an actual definition of racism, but what they're actually doing is actual racism. That's why they had to change the terms, right? Not only that, what about the definition of a woman? I don't have to get into that, right? They've changed or attempted to change the definition of a woman. Other things that they've changed over the years, definition of a vaccine, or how about definition of an anti-vaxxer? No joke. This was on Merriam-Webster dictionary. Now, they actually updated it and put two things on there, but they updated it and added this part. Here's what it used to be: a person who opposes the use of vaccines. That was it. Now this is added in, or a person who opposes regulations mandating vaccines. Wait, what? Isn't that supposed to be part of our constitutional right? My body, my choice. It's actually our body. We should have a say, but for whatever reason, you're an anti-vaxxer if you are against regulations mandating, forcing vaccines. Wait, you twisted that term, not just that term. What about a baby, right? They twisted the term of a baby. Oh, you know, it's not a baby when it's in the body. Doesn't matter full term, not full term, all the way, it doesn't matter. It's just a clump of cells. Yeah, okay. What about the term disinformation? You see, big tech organizations, liberal mainstream media are always redefining any dissenting opinion, any viewpoint that is counter to their narrative. That is what they call disinformation. Instead of actual disinformation, nope. It's just those who are in opposition to what we believe. Interesting. These are the kinds of things that I believe Ron DeSantis is talking about, and rightly, we need to start understanding some of the stuff that we're battling here. And when I say we can't be caving to woke culture anymore, we need to keep our definitions, our words, the definitions that they are, and not let them change terminology. It's kind of like a doublespeak or whatever it was in George Orwell's 1984. Anyhow, please don't forget to subscribe to restrictedrepublic.com. Right now, I'm going to offer a really special deal, $3.99 per month for the entire first year. Use the coupon code FJB. FJB, all together. You can read through the lines on what that means. But right now, we've got exclusive content that you're absolutely going to want to see. By the way, you can also find me on Rumble. Rumble, we're under restrictedrepublic.com, and I'll show you our channel right here, all under Restricted Republic. Just look up the name Restricted Republic, and you can check me out there as well. I'm also on Truth Social under Lisa Haven, so make sure you follow me there. Anyhow, I love all of you. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven signing out.